backwards. It's going to stay going forward in front of your leg even as you're turning around the inside hind leg. That is excellent. Very good job. Good, Mary.
One more and then we'll be.
Yeah. Good. Up a little bit at the end of it. Feel it?
Yeah, I do.
You're starting to stiffen on the right side. You stepped out. Sit up straight. Don't lean over to the inside. Keep the outside brain connection. Right brain, little shoulder in, inside leg, outside brain. Very good. Mary's been working a lot on the balance and getting the horse more supple over his back and the hand work, so that she can get control over the flying changes. He's finally got confirmed with the flying change aid. He still at times wants to dive downwards when he does the flying change. She's been working on different exercises to make him better balanced, be more engaged behind, so that he can stay in balance when he does a flying change. Flying change is basically a transition in midair. The horse changes from one lead to the other. And it demands suppleness and balance. That's right. Give him the half pulse movement. They make leg yielding in. Right brain, right brain. Bring his shoulders to the left. It's kind of curling to the left a little. That's better. So that helps you go into your half pass. Bring your upper body back. Stay seated on your behind. Keep your weight aid. That's correct. Don't let him. I know he gets really strong in front and he pulls her forward. She's got to really keep her back and seated and give him the half hold between the leg and the hand. Say, hey, jump up and jump over. Jump up in the canter and jump over to the side. That looks a lot better. Yeah. You get the horse in the right balance, it's very easy to do the half pass. They move over, they glide over to the side. Good, Mary. Keep him up. Come on, sit up. You have to keep your balance afterwards. I know you wanted to praise him because he did a good thing. You got to make sure he doesn't lose his balance. Now, he needs some bend. Lunges in. Sit up. A little bit more bend around to the right. Position it to the right. You're going to have to take that right rein and displace his nose a little to the right. That's correct. Your outside leg on him. Keep in position to the right. Make sure you stay on your right seat. He makes you want to lean out. You're going to almost feel, look at me, almost feel like you're going to bend at the waist, not collapse, but bend over. Look in the mirror. To the right, not to the left. Look at me. Bend over like this if you have to. The right. It's going to offset what you're doing to the left. Maybe tip over. It's all right. Is he really strong on the right?
He's strong. Yeah, if I can get him off.
Let's do some, after you take your break, do some full pass. Another go-to exercise that I have a lot of my students go to when the horses get really strong in hand and they're trying to ask the horse to go sideways, and the horse just gets stronger in the hand, goes straight ahead, doesn't respond to the sideways aids. So go back to the walk and do what's called full pass. Full pass is this. It's a side pass, I don't care what you call it, but it's a full pass. You just go full sideways. You don't advance, and it wakes the horse up a little bit, and the rider saying, hey, when I use my aids on one side and I ask you to step over there, just step over there. Don't drop your head, grab the rein, or come above the bed and just charge straight ahead. Move full sideways. Put your hands a little lower. grazing, very good. Now, another thing about the hand position, you have to be really careful about, and it's hard when you're riding a horse that wants to die like this. The higher the hands go, the more the horse is going to go, it's going to die. Because when you lift your hands like this, it changes the angle of the bits, and particularly the curb bit, in the horse's mouth. So the horse gets the pole down and the nose back like this, and all of a sudden the curb is dominating the conversation. So the horse wants to dive even more. You keep picking them up like this, and they just go down deeper, deeper, deeper. You better try to stay as much on the snaffle as you can. Keep your hands low. Try to ride the horse forward in front of you, up and out to meet the contact correctly, and then give them the half halt. Say, hey, stay up here, stay up here. It's very hard once they get down here and they're on their forehand and they're overbent and curled. Just doing this is hard to get them back up. Really hard. And just holding the hands up in the air all the time will make the horse quite often just drop in the pole and go behind the vertical. This is something that Mary works on all the time. It's hard because he really buries himself way better than he was. He's getting a lot lighter to the age.
What do you think we should work on?
Oh, you're perfect.
Okay.
Just kidding. We're going to work on your cage straight. You want the other way?
Sure. Yeah. We're gonna do cage strap.
He's being really good, Mary.
Yes. Can I get a quick drink out of that other one too?
Yep. Whatever you need.
Okay.
We're going to do massage, yoga, massage. Okay? Your hands down. Don't pick him up. Sit. Your hands quiet. Try to keep your torso steady. When he surges, don't let it upset your upper body balance. You're going to be really strong in your core and keep your back. That's very good, Mary. Bring it back to some piano. Your hands down, don't keep picking them up. Hands down, hands, thank you. You're all right, hands down. That's very good, Mary. And forward into the massage. Really good, Mary. It's a lot more even.
Good.
Much more fluid and regular. Put it back to the piano again. Your hands down. Down. Touch them with a whip. Don't lift your hands. That's very good. And massage. A little bit more cadence if you can, very carefully. Little touch with the, that's right, touch it behind. Both whips lightly, a little touch together. That's right, again. Feel it come up into your hand. Stay on the snaffle. There you go, stay on the snaffle, hold your torso. All right, halt. You wanted to do medium, didn't you? Halt. Padding, that's okay, Mary, that's really good. You should be super happy with that, because I am. Let the reins go. Come on, let him stretch his neck. Good boy, Z. Very good job.
Thank you.
More up and in front of you. You feel it?
Yes.
Very active behind. And the massage is more fluid. It's more consistent, even steps. Yes, you eventually will get more. You have more cadence.
Yes. He's done a lot
You
more
can
than-
have more cadence, but I'd rather see this and have it consistent, and then you can gradually build it.
Right.
Because I know it. We know it's in there.
Exactly.
Very good. Since that's something I know you've been working with a lot. As I mentioned earlier, it's taken scenario you can think of. And now he's getting, so he understands the flying change aid. And it's pretty consistently clean. In other words, the hind legs and front legs change at the same time. Mary's been trying to work on the balance so he doesn't die. That's good. Sit up. It's all right. Sit up. Good. That was very good. Super. Much better control over the balance. He didn't die. Clean with your changes. You better try to not compromise and lean over to the left. You gotta sit up straight. That wasn't quite enough flow with the start. It was anticipated. Keep your snaffles up. Don't try to do another one till you get him up. Here. Take over with your seat. That was a good change. When he's all curled up in a ball like that, he's going to be late behind because there's too much on his forehand. You got to think of that as you get on the diagonal line. Think of keeping him up and riding him forward. Forward. Good. And forward. Good. Forward. Sit. That's right with your hand. Good, Mary. Pat him. Very good. Okay, now you've done enough.
Yes.
Good job.
Excellent.
That's huge. Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting a lot better with that.
Yep. I think it's very helpful for you to have this size of arena too.